What's up, everybody? It's your boy Baybar to Go Bar with another Magic the Gathering Puzzle Quest video. Sorry for starting mid-game, but I want you to pay attention here to what it says as far as number of turns after I make this next play. So, I don't think it really matters what I hit. How about, actually, I'm going to not necessarily take the most optimal move. I'm going to take this little red one. 99 extra swaps. Yeah, so while D3 and Oktagon were busy breaking the game with the coalition issue yesterday, I was busy breaking the game with my new Naru Meha Master Wizard. So I'll show you the combo here and how I got to that, and then I'll actually end the game, and then I'll show you the deck. I think that's probably the best, assuming I don't screw it up. This actually is something I could screw up. All right, so Naru Meha Master Wizard. When this creature enters the battlefield, create a copy of the first spell in your hand. It gains full mana. And then other wizards you control get +2/+2. So this actually deck could be won in a number of ways. I've got Imminent Doom in there because I don't have the other good wizards. I'll show those to you after this game. But let's go ahead and take a look at what the payoff is. So let's get her onto the board. It's going to cast a copy of Hazoret's Undying Fury, assuming it doesn't lag out. It's gotten very slow, around 100 extra turns. So now we get Karn's Temporal Suffering ×4, and you have to have a legendary creature on the board, but then you gain an extra swap. So even if you don't cast it, so not now, not now, not now. And on the fourth one, we want to pop Naru back into our hand. And now you can see our swap total's gone up again. So that's basically the ridiculousness of it. And as you can see, I've got hundreds and hundreds of turns. The problem with having hundreds of turns is it doesn't do anything. Like, you'd run out of cards. So you actually have to have some way to actually turn your loop into something that will kill the opponent. Gaining 100 turns is just kind of frivolous. So what we're going to actually do is go ahead and put our Imminent Doom down and then resume our combo. So let's see. So actually, let me show you real quick. Raff, Capashen, ship's Mage is actually pretty effective for this deck, because while he's on the battlefield, it costs other historic cards cost 3 less, and the big one is of course Naru. So being able to cast her for 13 versus 16 is actually a pretty big deal. We're picking Saheeli in this because obviously her mana gains are amazing, and it helps get the requisite swaps pretty quickly. But obviously this is a totally infinite deck, assuming your phone doesn't crash. But it actually it can actually win too. It's a really actually pretty solid Imminent Doom deck. So you don't have to go to 100 turns. In fact, I never will do that again. It was pretty painful, I have to admit. I screwed it up a few times because I accidentally, took Naru and forgot to put her in my hand with the fourth one, and then you're just sitting there with, like, one Imminent Doom and a Hazoret's Undying Fury in your hand, and if you pop her back to your hand, you won't have a spell to copy. So it is actually possible and likely, if you try this, that you'll screw it up a few times before you get it right. And then you're sitting on, the worst I ever screwed it up on was like 37 extra turns trying to get to this 100 mark. And then I was just like, oh my god, I just quit the game because I'm not just going to burn 37 turns doing nothing. Alright, now we got Imminent Doom going. No. Not now. Not now. And get in my hand. Alright. 102 extra swaps. Let's go ahead and rinse and repeat, eh? So actually, I think this deck's actually not bad. I mean, I don't know if it's top tier. You can see I'm down to 12 life because Koth got pretty aggro on me. If he does have creatures, you can actually just bounce them all to his hand, which is what I did about 30 minutes ago. Incidentally, that is why I didn't show you the setup. Alright, so not now. Not now. Not now. And yep. And I should just probably hit him with the last two, but that kind of ruins the point, doesn't it? There you go. There's a 103. Still 103. And let's just take that one. And here's the payoff. Oh yeah, I feel like maybe I should have let this this other little mage actually win the game, but you know, nah. In fact, get out of here. No one wants Thopters. Oh god, watch that freeze. Alright, man, that was fun. Alright, let me go out here and show you this deck. I actually need to make one revision to it. I basically changed it to all draw. I think you could probably do more like some control stuff. You could probably do it in bolus and have some, I don't know, some of those supports that are black that kill, so you have a little more control in the deck. Obviously, summoning 52 creatures was sufficient to meet that meet that objective. I guess I should have killed a couple more Thopters to meet that objective as well. Yeah, so I don't know. I you know, honestly, I was playing a version of this deck before. But you couldn't really get it to go infinite. You could go like, you know, 8 turns, but then you couldn't really do anything with the extra turns. You know, maybe cast more Hazoret's Undying Furies if you had more in your hand and stuff like that. You could do like matching gems like with Pyromancer's Goggles, but it's really the Naru thing that turns it on full scale. So let me show you the deck. Obviously the important cards are Naru Meha, Master Wizard. I've already showed it to you. Raff, Capashen, Ship's Mage. Rona, Disciple of Giz, making sure I was actually recording this, is not that important, but I don't know. When this creature enters the battlefield, return the first historic card from your graveyard to your hands. If you do lose your Naru somehow or something like that. And then also it lets you dig for a Naru with his activate. So I thought that was a pretty interesting option. Also, you could pull a Karn, but that's not a good card to pull necessarily. Karn's Temporal Summoning we've seen. Hazoret's Undying Fury, I assume you're familiar with. Basically, you fetch the next 4 spells. You got to remove this. This does not work. It actually breaks your combo, because whenever you fetch, you draw the next spell, you actually draw additional card after that, which actually you don't want. But anyway, Imminent Doom you saw, and you've seen in my decks before. Search for Azcanta is great in this deck. It helps you dig. It is kind of annoying once you have blue gems, because if you crack it, once it flips, because once you crack them, it'll pull stuff in your hand, but you might just be trying to run your combo at that point, and so it could slow you down. Again, not a big deal. And then just a couple more draw spells, giving you an extra draw each turn with Kumena's Awakening, and extra draw with Sunset Pyramid. So that's basically the deck. There's a few other things that you could use. Let me, I think that you don't have to use the Imminent Doom. You could use the little 1/2 Archer or whatever, the little red one, but I think, and the ones I want to try and use it with are like, not Joda, where is she? Yeah, this Adeliz, the Cinderwind. Whenever you cast a spell, wizards you control get +2/+2. So that's awesome. So you like pair her, like one other wizard, and then like, you know, and then Naru, and then like every time Naru comes in, she's buffing your wizards. Every time you cast a spell, Adeliz is buffing your wizards. I think it'd actually be a really fun, like, wizards oriented deck. So yeah, give it a try, see what you think. I'd love to see it. Hopefully I'll get her at some point and I can actually make the deck myself. But I don't know what else wizards might be fun in here. It seems like there was a couple other ones. You don't really want non-named one, like Time Stream Navigator seemed like an option, but I couldn't really figure out how to make her work. You know, because she's not named, and you really do need the named ones to be able to let it rip. Actually, that might not be bad. Yeah, Joda might be pretty good. Because Naru would just call 6 every time, which is, you know, 2 combinations of any color, and then that would allow you to do it in a color, you know, like in a different colored deck. So if you wanted to use Nicol Bolas, has access to black for some of that support control, that might be a good choice. Yeah, boom, that's nah, that wouldn't really help, because you keep playing Naru and then sweeping her back up, so she wouldn't really reinforcing it wouldn't do a lot of good. I don't know, what's that do? Nothing on activate. I'm not gonna get that anyway, so who cares? That's terrible. Anyway, I guess I'm just ranting at this point, just trying to find an interesting extra wizard to use. But I think Joda would probably be pretty sweet, and honestly, just anything at that point. That would be kind of fun if you played with Prism Array, I guess, because every time you match gems, which is like 600 times, you would drain them. But I don't know, it doesn't make them cost. Never mind. What the hell am I talking about? I should have hung this up a while back. Anyway, if you have any good ideas for extra wizards, let me know. Other than that, appreciate you guys watching, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye.